This is the NFL on EA Sports, and football has returned to America's finest city, San Diego, California. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Chargers of San Diego. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys a perfect 2-0 to start the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led him to victory. He's doing all the right things.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Herbert. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with.
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw left side complete. That's Hampton. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Here's Herbert. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Trey Harris.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
The rushing totals for Dobbins last week, 22 carries, 115 yards and a touchdown.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
From the gun on third down, it's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And here's a quick throw out to Mims. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
It's a gain of 18. That's another Broncos first down.
A fake on the jet sweep and a give to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 2.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
At the Chargers' 9-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Brings up third and goal.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
Broncos field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
For the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
It's a gain of
14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
First down.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Herbert off of play action. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Here's Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they were able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down.
16 yards. That's another Broncos first down.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Nix. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Nix. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to punt. Deep to return is Darius Davis. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The tight end in motion right. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
Slot man moves right. Now it's Herbert. He'll get this complete to Trey Harris. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a San Diego.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This is 2nd and 8.
Gaston the second. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He gets it complete to Harris. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line.
14 yards. That's another San Diego.
Herbert throwing again. That one complete to McConkey. And the Chargers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
18 more yards. And the Chargers 1st down.
Hampton is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
By Brandon Jones. No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
6-0 our score after 1. Set for the 2nd quarter, San Diego in possession of the football. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And they'll run again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. 3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. Justin Herbert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away, taking it right down Broadway. And all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. The kidder here, it's complete.
That's good for Broncos. 1st down. It's a gain of 10.
Off the play fake, Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Nix looking to throw again. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Nix. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Deion Henley in there to bring him down.
And that's their 1st sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. Troy Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw here, Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
And the Chargers, 1st down.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 1st down, it's Hampton. And he's going to be stacked up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the San Diego
play action. It's Herbert. Complete to Johnston here. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Quentin Johnston out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Herbert now. is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think
it's a fumble.
Omarion Hampton, the ball carrier.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Omarion Hampton. A gain of 11 yards. It's 4th down.
In motion goes the tight end. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5. Nix to the air. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing Nix. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Herbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 18. And the Chargers first down.
Here's Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
That's another San Diego first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. They find some open field here. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Omarion Hampton, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 5. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Here's Nix. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
To throw, here's Nix. He'll try and do this himself. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now a timeout called for by the offense. Nix from the shotgun. A short throw to Ingram. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 45-yard line.
Now it's Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout
A gain of 12
as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
A gain of 12. And the Broncos first down.
Back to throw again. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. Oh, he's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Nix to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hanson. It is our EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott, take it away. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos offense set to begin this 3rd quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Brings up second and 9.
On play action, here's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Chargers to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off first and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he stops right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a second and 5 now from the 25.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
They'll work inside here, Hampton. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
It's now third down.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be fourth and inches. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the Chargers. That's taken on the 25. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And they will take over first and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down. A gain of 14. First down. Denver.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5. At the 36.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Brings up third and 5.
To throw is Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on third and 4.
Broncos first down.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's a second and 9 now from the 29.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is third and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnston. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. From the 33, here's second down at 7.
Brings up second and 7 at the 33.
Now it's Herbert. It's brought in by Harris. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up third and
Trying to run for it with Hampton. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
To the right side, he finds his receiver Harris. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 49-yard line.
Herbert now. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Third down and 10.
And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Second and 6.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24. Off the play fake, Nix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's third down and 6 yards to go.
Throwing Nix. Hard throw, incomplete.
Intended for number 84.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Chargers offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The Charger drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
A gain of 10 yards. And the San Diego
Zone read, a give to Hampton. And shutting him off, now open field. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33.
Chargers.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They got to get to the 23 here on third. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
That's another San Diego first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Again, Herbert. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Alex Singleton making the play defensively. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Herbert. Wow, and that is incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Cameron Dicker for the Chargers field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And it will push the lead up to 5. Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So you're saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do this thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Nix to the air. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
On the sneak, it's Nix. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of a yard.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
To throw, here's Nix. Open man, and again it's Sutton. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Give here to Hampton. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of a yard.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And his throw here is incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to see.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Nick Bonito. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's a give to Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
At the 27-yard line.
Now it's Nix. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Nix. And he will have the Broncos first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
That's good for a Broncos first down. A gain of 5.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Nix. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. Nix. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And oh, no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Chargers ready to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up
on the handoff, it's Hampton. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st down.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Nick Bonito picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A 47-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Broncos offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1. Nix from the shotgun. Into the hands of Ingram. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And the Broncos first down. A gain of 7.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15. He'll look to throw. Finding Sutton. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
They'll look to throw. A short throw to Ingram. Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They're going. It's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Back to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here comes 2nd down and 5. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up.
He's back to throw. That is caught. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Broncos first down. It's a gain of 10. First down.
And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing Nix. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Nix looking to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here,
he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Morgan. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now he's free up the right sideline. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
it certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Chargers, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Denver, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.